All right, so still on that game, the game in Douala, system was changed. We we played 5 at the back. Awazim came in as the third centre back. Moses Simon was deployed in the wing back role. Despite his failings, I love his energy down that flank. He's energetic. He knows he has the strength, to run down that channel.
Jamil
Collins as well. Left wing back as well. It's your favorite
on that game.
Okay, I don't think he had as much as a good game as Moses Simon. On that wing back role. But
Moses Simon was turning over the ball. Everything he was doing good ended up negative with, like, there was always a minus with every ball. Yeah, he was running back and front. It's hard. Very hard. The brain doesn't function well when you run that much on the field of play. That's why when they said they were playing with the idea that Usain Bolt was going to play football, I said it's not going to work. Usain Bolt was running on a free track. There was nobody in front of him, nobody trying to stop him, and then he wasn't carrying the ball on his feet. If he does that and run that kind of speed, his brain will go off. Okay, so I understand all of those stress, the science of it, I understand it. But please, what makes football beautiful is the precision in your passing. Once you can't get that one right, it's called busy doing nothing. Absolutely driving hours in a roundabout motion without movement. All
right, so the system 3 at the back, five-man defense with 2 wing backs is not new in football. But going forward, I think it helped us in that game in Douala. Going forward, do you think we should maintain this system, this formation, or do you think as the game comes, games differ? It might work today, it might not work in the next game. But moving forward, what do you think? How do you think the Super Eagles should set up with the caliber of players we have at our disposal?
Only a foolish person would tell a coach that, because we beat Central African Republic with a 5-3-2 formation. That's not the new formation. First off, once we say that, wasn't that what we were blaming Arsene Wenger for 10 years, that no matter the opposition Arsenal was playing, it was the same style that they were playing. The way I understand formation, and that's why when people say Nigeria is playing without pattern, I always look at them like, man, this is proliferation of ignorance. The way I understand formation is, first you study your opponent. Then you know how they are possible way they are going to come at you, because as you're studying them, they are studying you. It is said in the famed Chinua Achebe's book, Things Fall Apart, as the hunters have learned to shoot without stopping, the birds have also learned to fly without passion. So those kind of things happen. But let's try and understand that every single game, the opposition is going to play a different style.
Yeah.
If you attack your opposition, Arsenal played against Tottenham Hotspur, and they were expansive and everywhere. You know why? Because Tottenham Hotspur also tried to attack Arsenal, thinking, this is Arsenal. They were like Samson after his hair got cut. Samson, your enemies are upon you, and he stood up like, I was going to deal with them. After all, I'm used to doing it with it. He reacted instinctively the way he used to. But this time around, his power was gone. And lesser men were able to tie him up. This is a guy who lifted the city gate, if you believe the Bible story, who lifted the city gate and not only bring it down, that would have been nice, but he took it and climbed up the hills. I always ask myself, how does a man take a city gate and climb the hill? How was he climbing with his hand and all that? But it's a Bible story, let's take it. This was a man who killed the lion. This was a man who killed an entire army of over 200 or so Philistines with the donkey jumbo. But about 6 or 10 people tied him and blinded him, and he couldn't do anything. They even still left him to cut the rope. He couldn't, and they blinded him instantly. Yeah, so he went in as Lucky Dube or as Bob Marley and came out as Sarah Kelly. Okay, but you look at every opposition and you say, this team is playing like this. This is how I'm going to set up against them. That's one. Secondly, the players that were available for the Central African Republic game might not be available, so they might not be able to play in that system the way you think. And then sometimes that system that is working very well might not work. Don't forget that majority of the teams that go on relegation plays that system of 5 at the back. Majority of football clubs that get relegated panic and begin to play 5 at the back. But then playing 5 at the back also means that you are inviting more players from the opposition. If your players are not as mobile, your white players are not as mobile as maybe say Victor Moses, Trent Alexander-Arnold, what's the other guy, Robertson, and the rest of them. Because you have to have a certain skill set to be able to deliver on that premise. If you don't, you go forget the back. People will attack you. And if you have some stretchers in your midfield like Andrea Pello, as soon as that guy goes, they get the ball, they give it to Pello. Pello stretches it to the guy in front, and then there's danger for your defense. So it depends on the opposition you're playing against and what tactics they deploy that will make you choose what formation you want to play.
You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio.